In this video, we will discuss mass hall diagrams. If you'd like to follow along with this video, please open the file massHallDiagrams.dwg located in the training folder as discussed in the Working with this Dataset video. A mass hall diagram displays a graphical view of material moved in a proposed design site. It can display balance points, free haul and overhaul regions, and grade points. Mass hall diagrams are graphed with stations along the x-axis and earthwork volumes along the y-axis. The middle axis is called the balance line. As with everything in Civil 3D, there are settings and styles for mass hall diagrams. If we go to the Settings tab, you'll notice that there is a mass hall line section, and we can look at the mass hall line styles, and this is simply the style that will display for the different parts of the mass hall line. This can be the free haul line above and the free overhaul area as well, and you can define the hatch pattern below here. The mass hall view is very similar to the profile view, and allows you to change any of the graph vertical exaggeration, the grid title annotation, horizontal and vertical axes, as well as the display tab, which allows you to change any of the subcomponent displays to on or off, as well as the layers, colors, line types, and so on for those different subcomponents of your mass hall view. To create a mass hall diagram, simply select one of your sample lines, and you'll notice in the Launchpad, the Create Mass Hall Diagram appears. So one of the necessary steps to creating a mass hall diagram is to first have a sample line group and sample your earthwork volumes between the subgrade surface and the existing ground surface. We'll click on Create Mass Hall Diagram. This opens up the Create Mass Hall Diagram wizard. First, you select the alignment and sample line group. As you can see, they are selected for us as the sample line was selected in the view, and it grabbed that information from the sample line group. You can pick the mass hall view style as well that we just discussed. Click Next. Here's the material list that you generate with the Compute Materials command to generate your volumes. You'll notice the ability to define total volume, a cut volume, a fill volume, or an unusable volume as well. Here's the mass hall line style that we also discussed in the Settings tab. Click Next, and in this part of the wizard, the balancing options. Typically, with construction, the distance that is free as far as cost goes is about 500 feet, but every project is different, and you can define that distance right here. You can also add bar pits or add dump sites as well to better balance the project. Let's just create the diagram and we'll add some afterwards. It's asking for the origin point of the mass hall view. Click on the drawing and there's our mass hall view diagram. You'll see the volumes are in the y-axis and the x-axis the stationing. This is the mass hall line with the mass hall line style. Let's just say at the beginning of our project we want to add a bar pit of about 5,000 cubic yards based on our calculations. Select the object first, and then the Contextual tab will give you options to change properties or add settings to the object you selected. So let's select Balancing Options, and you'll notice that we have the ability to add a bar pit or add a dump site. Let's click on the Add Bar Pit. Here's where you can select the station. Notice the Pick button, which will allow us to select the station in the drawing. In this case, we'll simply add a volume, click OK, and notice how the mass hall diagram automatically updates with that change. You can also generate mass hall reports if you'd like to. I'll select my mass hall diagram again and go to the Generate Volume Report. And then notice how the sample line group and material list are already pre-selected for us because we selected the mass hall view. But we still have to change the style sheet, so don't forget that. Because right now, by default, it goes to the earthwork.xsl file. I'll go ahead and click Open, and we'll select the mass hall multiple materials.xsl file. Click Open, click OK. In Internet Explorer, you are prompted to run scripts. Click Yes, and there's your report. You could print this, or if you'd like to copy this to Excel, simply right-click, export to Microsoft Excel, or copy and paste it using the Control-C and Control-V options.